I'll give an example. So you go and you pay for certification through URA because you go on the national portal, you
Right.
pay. So after you pay, you go to UNBS, National Bureau of Standards. Okay, sometimes the standards are not there.
Yeah.
They'll tell you to go buy a standard from Zimbabwe, South Africa, or Kenya.
Really?
Come and
For
work.
products made in Uganda?
Yes.
Oh.
I've had the chance to travel across the world.
Yeah.
And there's no other country I would love to be in apart from Uganda, but also be a part of the development with whatever life God has given me.
Yeah.
So then I can leave a mark on this earth.
Yeah.
And then you're not formalized, you're saying, but people are buying Hadijah's peanut butter. Then one day you're like, you know what? Orders have started becoming huge. I need to formalize. So you go to Uganda Registration Services Bureau and Hadijah's peanut butter name has been taken.
Yeah.
You go back home, you cry and everything. But now you think if I change the name or the brand name of this, people might think I'm not the one. Uganda has so many entrepreneurs, but look at the innovations that come out and people know about them. Nothing. Why? Because of the support. Why? We want to see many products made by youth and women on the shelves in Uganda. When you walk into our supermarkets, you know, our products, local products are somewhere hidden a little bit. We want them to be like on the shelves because what does it mean? But the most outstanding thing for us is we have a school program where we are taking teenage mothers back to school. This young woman has taken on a young girl who she pays for school fees. Supporting youth and women is one of the most challenging things I've done. So we need to stop blocking the youth from being in our spaces because this is the future and we can't run away from it. If we do not include the youth, we are doomed.
Yeah.
Like very doomed.
Just yesterday, I was actually talking to a photographer who was telling me he actually creates amazing content. And this photographer was telling me, I don't want to register yet because I have to pay taxes and all these things. But his work is amazing. We've worked with him on several projects and everybody who has seen his work is always impressed. Now, this conversation we're going to have today is very important, especially because we have a lot of young people doing amazing work, brilliant work, but are they certified? Are they thinking that being formal is going to be a bottleneck in one way or the other? Because our economy is very informal. So our conversation today with Miss Hadijah Nankanja is very pivotal at this point in time because she is a founder herself, but she also leads the team at the Community Women's Enterprise Network, where they do empower women, but also the youth, who are the majority of this podcast audience. So welcome to the podcast, Miss Hadijah.
Thank you so much for having me.
And she was such an early bird. She came quite early and we won't waste any more of your time, but get right into it.
Thank you.
Why are you so patriotic about Uganda?
Well, first of all, I'm Ugandan. I don't have any other nationality to belong to. I was born and raised here. I've had the chance to travel across the world. And there's no other country I would love to be in apart from Uganda, but also be a part of the development with whatever life God has given me. So then I can leave a mark on this earth.
It's amazing to see your brilliant work with your team and also just hearing from other people, the beneficiaries of your trainings, the beneficiaries of your work. Someone would think, or not even someone would think. Just recently, we had a guest on the podcast who told us, well, I've made it my mission to empower the boy child because the girls are being uplifted every now and then, but who is going to manage or work with such empowered women? Because that's not the norm for us. So it's amazing to see your work, but tell us about the experiences of the people who walk in and out of your rooms.
Well, where can I start from?
Everywhere.
So Community Women's Enterprise Network is our premium resource hub for youth and women entrepreneurs. I can tell you our youngest entrepreneur is about 24. Our oldest is 96.
Okay.
Yes. So we support youth and women first. Looking at the Ugandan economy, we are largely an agro-based economy, and then youth and women offer most of the labor, but then they earn the least. So that is where our niche is. Leverage on their indigenous knowledge. Women, most especially, provide labor in the garden, take care of families, but also kind of like come up with their own unique things of how to make everything nice or nutritious. So they start their businesses or ideas in their kitchens, friends and families buy, and then strangers come in. So that's where the problem comes. You're like, okay, people have started asking me what to do.
Yeah.
So then, as women mainly, I could speak for myself. Oh, you can name your business Hadijah's Peanut Butter.
Yes.
People buy the Hadijah's Peanut Butter. And then you're not formalized, you're saying, but people are buying Hadijah's Peanut Butter. Then one day you're like, you know what, orders have started becoming huge, I need to formalize. So you go to Uganda Registration Services Bureau, and Hadijah's Peanut Butter name has been taken.
Yeah.
You go back home, you cry and everything, but now you think if I change the name or the brand name of this, people might think I'm not the one. So that's where we start from. When you walk into our doors, first of all, we welcome you. We are so informal in the way we operate, not in a bad way, because we support youth and women. We know sometimes it's time, family and everything. So we shall not say really make an appointment. You walk into our offices on any given day, you'll just be amazed by what you find there. It's chaos. We are disruptors. We are not like very organized. We are organized, but the way we operate, that's how we made it. So you walk in, we have a chat, ask you about your business, or you come with your product. We really like that because we don't want to kind of like impose. We want you to come with your own idea. So we develop something that you've worked on going forward and then maybe scale it. So that is how it looks like. People come in with all sorts of things. I can tell you we've supported over 1,400 products to come onto the Ugandan market.
Wow.
Yes. So somebody will come and say, oh, you know, I started putting this rosemary in my hair is growing, my daughter's hair is growing, and the neighbors. What do I do about it? So then we start now going backwards. Oh, rosemary is this. Do you have farmers? Are you growing it? Looking back at the supply chain. Okay, now when you come to production, do you have where to process from? CWEN has a co-shared processing facility in Bombo. So if you don't have a machine or machines that you want to operate, you can come and produce maybe 500 bottles, go sell them, and then come back and produce. Because we believe not everybody is supposed to own a factory, but also those are some of the barriers women face. Because you do it in your kitchen, literally. But you can't mix food and then cosmetics. So we're like, okay, we have a space. You can even come and sleep, actually. You come produce, package, go sell to the market until you grow. So our core work is like the 0 to 5, the hard work where we really support you to figure out first what your company is doing, what it's supposed to look like. We are women. Sometimes we don't even know who to put as a shareholder. So go back, think about it. Who do you want to work with along the journey? You know, most times I say, I put my friend as a signatory. But hey, probably your friend has the expertise you're looking for, but they have a job. They might not really support you. So we look at everything so that by the time you stand and say, hi, I'm so and so, this is my company, you're first of all confident, but you're also like believable. You do this. Uganda has so many entrepreneurs, but look at the innovations that come out and people know about them. Nothing. Why? Because of the support.
Yeah, that's true. And I wonder, from the support you've offered, what are those missing pieces of those entrepreneurs who are not supported? Because we know we're one of the most entrepreneurial countries in the world. However, even our businesses, or most of them, don't make it to the 5th year of operations. And now you are front and center of this youth, of the women who, in my opinion, are the most marginalized in society. And you recently had a conference here in Lugogo, or you are part of events like this where you train people, keep sensitizing and empowering. I wonder where you see that gap of those people who are out there, not within your community.
It's information.
Yeah.
There's a huge gap, the lack of information. I'll give an example. Sometimes somebody walks through our doors just looking for just one piece of information. First, it could be, I'm looking for packaging. They don't know where to go, but we've done all the research. First, we have packaging materials. So if you're starting out, no packaging factory is going to sell you 5 tins, but we can give you 5 tins. Go try and see if your product, first of all, will be the same, won't change color, how does it look on the shelf, and all that. And then somebody could just be looking for that. Or I'm looking for expiry date stamps, or I'm looking for this preservative. So there's a huge lack of information. Not that people don't want to do things, but our information is so fragmented. We got an entrepreneur, she's a young Ugandan living in the UK, and she's making shea butter.
Okay.
Yeah, she sources it from Uganda and then goes to the UK, repackages it very well, and then sells it. But she was just looking for a supplier. And she told me she had moved around Uganda and people are not giving her information. So the first time she comes to see me, she's like, wow, where have you guys been? I'm like, what do you mean? We've been here.
Yeah.
Said, when I walked in here, everything I'm asking you have. Said, yeah, but we support youth and women. So find her like somebody who is first of all certified for the UK market, can supply her in bulk and everything. Maybe that is the only thing she was looking for. So there's a lot of fragmentation there because most of the time you go to maybe Minister of Gender, Minister of Trade, and that's where just the information is, World Bank. Yeah. And it's also a lot of English.
Yes, it is. We were called out at the start of the podcast. We didn't understand what you were saying.
Exactly.
So we had to turn it down a bit. Yeah.
People really need the information. Just understanding, like, for example, we have people who are really doing amazing products. Do they even know about a trademark or trade secrets? Because a huge company might come and just take up whatever you're doing. So just providing those bits and pieces of information, putting them together. We also do research. We've done about 3 research studies about rural impacting enterprises, about what women are doing, where and how. It largely informed our work. So that's why we wanted to create kind of like a holistic support system, because our core program is called Women on the Shelf. Why? We want to see many products made by youth and women on the shelves in Uganda. When you walk into our supermarkets, you know, our products, local products are somewhere hidden a little bit. We want them to be like on the shelves, because what does it mean? You're creating jobs for people, you're paying taxes, other than just thinking of our businesses as small businesses, yet we are contributing to the Ugandan economy.
Yeah, you can tell that you're very passionate about the work you're doing.
Thank
also
you.
with the smile she has and just the delivery, it's beautiful to see. I go now back to my friend who is a photographer, and now they're afraid to get certified because they think the taxman will come for them. So I want us to agree that people lack the trust in the taxman, and yet it should be about also us contributing to the middle class, which this podcast is about. Yeah. But now, for that patriot who is also listening, they have their idea, they don't want to make it formal, what are they missing out on?
Oh, that photographer who is so good is missing out on big clients, big deals. First of all, I think, like I said before, information. Even women, they are really scared of, like, oh, if I register, I get a TIN number, the Uganda Revenue Authority is going to come for me. They will not come for you if first you're transparent, you're declaring whatever you're doing. URA won't tax you if you're not making money. What are they taking from you? So just making them understand that, hey, whatever you do, the system knows, and they are not going to come for you if you make like zero at the end of the year. They are also very understanding.
Sometimes people have said so many things that is not reassuring for those people who are upcoming.
No, I understand totally. That's why we have our spaces. For example, at CON, we have somebody who really take you through taxes, really take you through company registration. So now you know the implications, because now every end of the year, URSB wants also returns, and then URA would also want their returns. What does that look like? If you have shareholders, what does that mean? But also, if you're a young person who's doing amazing work, you're going to really, first of all, miss out on the growth. Maybe it's not only in Uganda, regional growth. What if you get a client from Burundi and all that? You're not registered. People really fear that. And it could not only be like young people. People are just like very mistrusting of the tax system. That, oh, what do they do for us? That's the first thing that comes to their mind. Oh, they'll take all your money, but what do they do for us? Look at VAT, you know. Most people are also scared of that. But if you don't meet the threshold, who told you you're going to pay VAT? You understand? So that is like the constant struggle we have, but we cannot stop preaching that. For example, if you're in the food space, you have to go to the nutrition lab. Whatever you're putting that your peanut butter does has to be real. You're telling us this and that. Are you sure? So also telling them that, oh, you know what? You have to go to NACRI. Hey, that is expensive. They're like, yeah, but how are you building consumer trust?
Yeah, not only that, you're dealing with people's lives. They're
Thank you.
consuming this product.
Yeah, health,
it could
safety.
harm them. Yeah.
Exactly. So just them understanding that, say, you know what? At the end of the day, you have to declare what is in there. So painting the bigger picture, but starting very small. And we've seen like great things happen. We are seeing our products are cutting across borders. I always tell my team, every time I travel, maybe for a conference or anything, I'm like a moving show.
Yeah.
But then I'll never come back with nothing, especially in countries like Kenya. They really love our products. So we just have to know that first, we are producing quality, safe, we are compliant and everything. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area is here. What does that mean? What does that look like for an entrepreneur? We are on platforms where people are seeking support from Burundi, where somebody says, I got your number.
Yeah.
And then you start using Google Translate because they are typing in French. Or I'm just looking for so and so. It shows you people really need the support, but it's not there. I think for me, I always tell people my light bulb moment was I got a fellowship to go to the United States. And then my boss one day told me, Hadijah, tomorrow you're going to give a talk. I said, okay. There were about 40 women from the Francophone countries. They were traveling around the US. So when I came to speak, they were saying, oh, I have 900 workers. I said, but you're from Africa and you're employing 900 people. But then in the US, they think you're a small business. And I had to tell them straight that, hey, this one is a big deal in my continent. I was now speaking with a lot of confidence. I said, you don't know what women are doing where I'm coming from.
Watch out.
Exactly. But how is that being shown or blown out? Yeah, that means we have first the potential. It is there. So that's why it goes back to why you asked me about Uganda. I can never leave this place, trust me.
Yeah. It's amazing how much potential there is. And I'm sure you've seen it firsthand with all these groups that walk in and out. I want you to give us a practical example or a real example of a business idea that started, or the person had doubts, right? They came, they were doubting their idea. It took them through all the processes they needed to do, and now they're successful.
Yeah, I have quite many, but I will tell you about our youngest one. She just turned 25.
Okay.
She came to us when she was 19. So her guardian told her to go and study digital marketing after Form 4. She's a very quiet and very shy girl, but her passion was hair. So my colleague found her. They were attending the digital marketing class together.
Yeah.
And then she told her, oh, you see, I'm also having transport issues. I was like, no, come and intern at our office, and then we shall give you transport to go to the marketing class in the evening. But when she came, she found we support entrepreneurs. She's like, okay, but you know, she's quiet.
Yeah.
Then one time we just had a conversation. She's like, my passion is hair. I said, okay, first, the organization is going to pay for the hair school if you promise that you're going to follow through. Yeah. She did. So she has 7 products onto the Ugandan market. She went through our annual Young Women Entrepreneurs Bootcamp. And she employs about 8 young people.
Wow.
She has a salon. But in the 5 years, we went step by step. First, she didn't even have a national ID. So we kind of like had to be parents, help her get a national ID, register a company, understand what that looks like, all the way up to where she is now. But what has stood out for us is the consistency. Most people, the support is kind of like a one-off. So at every stage she has reached, she comes back to inquire. Or she has hired us before to do something like an HR consultancy, hire her people. Can you imagine? So for us, it's like a full circle moment. Yes. She told us, oh, now I want to hire a receptionist, an administrator, and all that. So we had to support her. But the most outstanding thing for us is we have a school program where we are taking teenage mothers back to school. This young woman has taken on a young girl who she pays for school fees. Wow. And every December she comes for holidays. So for me, the dream came true because I wanted to support women so that they are part of the mainstream economy. Then they can rally for causes in communities and support them, because you can't pour from an empty cup.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So for me, that is like a perfect example. She's thriving, succeeding, but also now giving back. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. And I love how you intersection or how you connect this to the economy, because empowered citizens then are able to pay their taxes, then contribute. And then when they're asking for accountability, they pay their taxes.
Thank you.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I wonder what Uganda stands to lose with all this amazing, brilliant idea. And for that lady who was an introvert and couldn't speak out until she had to mingle with your community, which is predominantly supporting youth, if she hadn't come out to speak, and that's the majority of the Ugandans, what do we have to lose then?
We have a lot to lose. First of all, like you said in the beginning, we have a very young population. It's an advantage, but what are we doing about it?
Yeah.
We need like 100 CON spaces to create this enabling environment for the youth to thrive and succeed. Trust me, they think 100 miles a minute. You say something. I was arguing with someone about the bill that has just been passed recently.
Yes. Bill? Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, but they can pay you via Bitcoin. I'm like, huh?
That's a good one.
You see?
Yeah,
but you'd see Bitcoin move. I'm like, okay. They know things. What are we doing to bring that out? What are we doing? There is a lot that can happen because I would give an example, like again, you said, 2 years ago, we ran a project. It was called the Extension Quality Control Project. Why we did that, it was informed by our work. Hiring a quality controller as a food manufacturer is quite expensive. So we went and looked for about 100 youth that brought in also the young men. So we said 70% female, 30% male. And then train them so that they are on demand. Because an entrepreneur, for you to be audited, you have to pay about close to 800,000 Ugandan shillings to hire a quality controller because you can't be the innovator, entrepreneur, MD, and everything in between.
All in one.
All in all, it's now also like full circle. These young people are now being employed by different projects. Somebody's looking for quality controllers in northern Uganda. CON has on-demand quality controllers. So then they're calling you, they're like, wow, I'm being hired and I'm going to get this much money. I've never been paid good like this. I'm like, yes. But that's what we meant in the beginning. You have to go support entrepreneurs who don't really have access first to maybe government facilities or what, but support them set up their own processing spaces so that then they can be audited by UNBS from documentation, process flow charts and all that. So that by the time the auditor walks in, you're in a good space. And that's what we wanted. So we went back and told the donor that you don't even know what you did. They're like, what? So this is what we are doing, and the sustainability part of it, the young people are really getting employed. They are getting the work that we wanted. So imagine you trained 1,000. We only trained 100.
And also employing others. You only trained 100.
100.
Yeah.
But imagine we had 1,000. That means all regions in Uganda probably could have quality controllers where an entrepreneur would say, hey, I need you to come in and support me set up my production facility or wherever I'm processing from. It could be like a small bakery. It could be anything. But they don't also have access to this information. So somebody says, oh, I have the money to be audited by UNBS, but where do I start from? So this young person will come in from zero. Where are your records? How do you receive raw materials? Where do you buy? Who are your suppliers? Are they even audited? What machines are you using? Are they calibrated? Like speaking all that language. Because as an entrepreneur, you know your things in your head.
Yeah, for some reason you do. And I feel like being with like minds in your community also helps them process whatever they're thinking. Oh, also someone is doing the same.
Exactly.
I know this is how they handled it. I can also do the same.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
And for the bottlenecks, are there any challenges that you face that you think, oh God, can't they really see the benefit of this work we're doing?
Oh my God.
If it's gone, all this unemployment would go down a notch.
The bottlenecks are quite many, but I would mention to first harmonizing institutions. I'll give an example. So you go and you pay for certification through URA because you go on the national portal, you pay. So after you pay, you go to UNBS, National Bureau of Standards. Okay, sometimes the standards are not there. They will tell you to go buy a standard from Zimbabwe, South Africa, or Kenya.
Really?
Come and
for
work.
Products made in Uganda?
Yes.
Oh.
Because the government hasn't really thought of your product because you're the innovator. So you have to work with government to develop this standard. It could take you about 6 months to a year. Typically, what that means, you could be out of business.
I'm sorry. So innovators in Uganda are going to Zimbabwe to look for certification?
Yeah,
For a
to
product
first
made-
stand that looks like whatever they are doing so that they can customize it to the Ugandan market.
But don't they need to be operational in those countries?
You can buy it, but it could be a little bit expensive. When you buy it, we bring it to the Ugandan body, and then they see what parameters they are going to use for you.
Wow.
And that happens a lot. People are innovating. I can tell you, if you go to the CON shop, do you know now we have kabalagala flour? You just put water, go mix, make your pancakes. Cassava and bananas already done.
Those are the pancakes I'm allowed
You
to
see?
eat. I'm not allowed to eat these more American pancakes.
Yeah, people are really innovating, but then does government even know that?
Yeah, people are innovating faster than policy.
Exactly. Yeah. So that for us is a huge one. From fish to, it could be anything. And when somebody walks into the sea windows, they're like, but okay, what if I needed this certified? So in a way, that is also our work. Yeah. We have to find out, does the standard exist? If it does, buy it so that the entrepreneur really can interface with it and understand. So if I'm going through certification, these are some of the things I need to have in order.
If you don't have it, if it's not already in existence,
then you start the development of that.
Yeah.
So one time our team went to the UNBS offices, but when they walked in, they said, we know you disturb us so much.
Yes. That means you're working.
Because we are constantly on the system. Yes. We want things done. When they put you like in the SME division, put in touch with someone, I always tell them I'm calling to quarrel. Because I'm supposed to sort out a challenge for an entrepreneur. So for us, that the government harmonizing institutions, and then the trickle-down effect happens. Yeah. Secondly, the biggest...
Sorry, you talked about walking into their offices. Is it all physical or digital, with a digital transformation now?
Both.
Okay.
So, but if you had a challenge, you can walk in. Yeah, they will assign you someone and then they follow up.
Yeah, okay.
So our other challenge is finance. We have so many banks, so many investment clubs, so many circles and everything. But are we tailoring this finance to whatever is happening?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. We believe women or youth are supposed to have products that really suit them. Recently, I'm under like a mentorship program, and one of the gentlemen running it told me, Hadijah, I want you to speak to bank CEOs. I said, okay. Here we are. This is my field, because I want to show them that, hey, you people,
help them understand.
You're really giving us problems. Then I had to speak to them. I said, what kind of products are you designing for a young African, maybe fresh graduate who is coming out and starting a business? Have you thought about them? They literally have nothing. Maybe they only own a phone. What are you thinking? So we also think about women. Like say now, I'll speak for women who are in retail. They are formalizing from informal to formal, formalizing and then scaling. What does that look like? So we are also a learning organization. We really want to say, okay, if CON had a fund, how would it fund entrepreneurs? Because now we know them. We know how they are operating. Because sometimes we take the blame from consumers and then shield them. Because when a customer buys from the CON shop, they are not calling the entrepreneur to complain. They are calling our people. They say, okay, last time I bought a product, this is what happened, what has changed and all that. So that's why we opened up those sales channels. We say, before you go out to the bigger market, can we help you sell? Then we interface with a client. You understand that last time the tea was good, what is missing? Because if you're going to sell, say, to a bigger retailer, they don't have time for that. They'll put you off their shelf. So we are just trying to build you so that by the time you get there, you're there. But then the customers can complain. And also, women, they send you a WhatsApp, you don't answer. Yeah. Somebody sends a WhatsApp on Friday, deliver for me hair oil, and then you answer on Tuesday. Yeah. So we tell them, bring your products to the CON shops, because we have 3 sales points. We have a shop at Pioneer Mall, we have an e-commerce platform, and then also our head office is a shop. So if you came to visit us, you have to shop. Yes. We do that. You really have to shop. Yeah.
Like there's quite a lot going on, which is lovely to see, because if you think about the stats, I think that stat is quite alarming. Okay, it shouldn't be so alarming given our population, but the young people who are the majority of this country are innovating. What is the risk you've had to take that has not backfired, because you're getting a product from the bank, but then you also know that these businesses, some of them don't survive. Is there a risk you have taken that proved to be successful
I think
against the odds?
it's recommendation. Taking that kind of like, I'm standing in to recommend you to get this
Okay.
product.
Yeah.
And keeping fingers crossed that you're going to deliver. Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen if they don't pay and you recommended?
We may not really take liability, but again, it's our name
On
the line. Yeah. We've done that, but luckily enough, things worked out. So it also shows you like women are very loyal. They are people of their word. When they say they're going to do something, they'll do that. Only sometimes when they get challenges, like, if a woman got a health crisis at home, this business is going to close. She'll close everything to go to attend that because they're the first responders or caretakers. So certain things like that have happened, or a product has started moving so well and then an entrepreneur goes quiet, only for you to find out they've been battling something serious and everything, and you have to interface with customers and say, hey, so-and-so is no longer in production, and this is it. So sometimes that is where the real friction is, because we give hope to you, the consumer, that this is available.
Yeah.
And then now they come to us and they're, oh, but I've been ordering through the shop, or I've been to the shop 3 times and then it's not there. Yeah. So the expectations also from you consumers, especially Ugandan consumers, are so high. Somebody can call you at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I want you to deliver for me tea. Like, hey, but it's 8 p.m. I also have a life. But because now you've given them that trust and the hope that your product is good.
Yes.
And then they're like, but I'm going to the airport. So what do I do? Because they're so used to that. Yeah. So now it also, like I told you, we're a learning organization. We have to go back and say, hey, So you either go through the shop, go through the online shop, but also help us deliver between these times and this time.
Yeah, no, it's honorable to see now that a lot of Ugandans are trusting Ugandan brands. Before it was quite different, but now people are choosing to go back to our local norms, our traditions, in terms even of food, clothing. What are you noticing in the market
a
now?
lot. For me, it's always interesting. We had an event on Friday, Candid Conversation. So the bag you see there that I'm carrying is a local brand.
Wow.
Made by Kantu.
Nice.
And when I saw it, I'm just like, oh, okay, we are going somewhere.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So we are kind of like...
Can we pull up the bag?
Please.
Give the bag a moment.
This is a local brand. And everybody I told...
And it could clearly fit my computer.
Everybody I told, they're like, are you sure? Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Very nice. So everyone you told, they're like, are you sure it's a local brand? I said, yes. Now we are questioning, but also the producers have understood that people are buying out of value, not sympathy.
No.
And that is our daily preaching at CON. I want you to walk in and buy a product because it's valuable to you and you're getting value for money, not buy from me because I'm a youth or I'm a woman.
Yeah.
No.
Or Ugandan.
First, you're not going to come back. You're like, oh, I found a lady, she was selling this. I felt so bad. I had to buy from her. Buy. Yeah. But if it's of value, first of all, you're going to ask me, where can I find you? If this is done, what else? What is next? Yeah. So that is the thing we are also noticing, and also taking in feedback. Most people, when they do whatever they are doing, they don't want you to tell them anything because this is their product. But them understanding like, hey, if you did it this way, you can be better, or maybe you're going to reach a bigger market, or maybe your customers are there, not here. Because people innovate. What are you telling me? This is my innovation. Were you there?
Yeah.
That's the attitude people had. And maybe the other thing is pricing. So when you go to buy something in the supermarket, it could be cornflakes or whatever, you may not question it. When you find a Ugandan product, you'll ask me, why don't you sell it at 3,000? Why are you telling me to sell my product at 3,000? Because you see, but cornflakes, Weetabix, you know those things, you just put. Why? So us understanding that I'm pricing my thing, profit and everything inclusive or tax, but I'm also earning anything and I deserve the price I'm asking for. Of course, not overpriced stuff and everything, no, but pay me for what I'm worth. Oh, we interface with so many people and then we laugh. Sometimes we just keep quiet. Some people have threatened us. If these things don't work, I'm going to look for you. You're like, hey.
Look for me and buy more.
Oh, no, threaten you. Maybe I take you to court. So someone says they came to our office on Sunday to be sure it is what they saw online and then came back on Monday. But they were from Switzerland.
Wait, what were they trying to?
They wanted to buy
disappear?
A tea. We have this very amazing tea. So somebody was so sick and took a photo and said, if you travel to Uganda, look for this tea. But the people who sell it are in Tinder or Pioneer Mall. And it was the weekend, Sunday. So they went on Google Maps, came to office. They said, oh, the office exists. So they came back on Monday.
I thought, just checking so that you're not moved by Monday.
It goes back to what we're saying, that if even people are starting small, find them somewhere other than maybe home, maybe they're in church. But the CON platform stands as like a go-between between you and your customer as you grow. So they found us. People make TikTok videos from the US and everything, and we see our brands in their kitchens and all that. We're like, oh, that's a CON brand. That one.
It's wonderful because it's quite a lot, especially now. There are so many AI tools that founders can use, but still it's overwhelming. The founder just wants to focus on that thing they're brilliant at doing.
Exactly.
And then marketing, sales do their thing. And the fact that you have a shop that they can deliver to, that's a lot of weight taken off of their shoulder.
And also we are women, we are late adapters. These things of WhatsApp, they eat data. Like I told you, you get an order and you answer on Tuesday. I may not be online. But if somebody is very sure there's some other place they are going to find a product, also like a pick and drop off point, like the Pioneer Mall shop. People use it like that. Oh, I'm going to send my friend to drop my things there so that then maybe someone else can pick them. So we just wanted to create that space too. Because like I told you, it has to be full circle. Supporting youth and women is one of the most challenging things I've done. But I enjoy it like each day because each day brings me, I don't know how many challenges. You get somebody asking for this or that, or somebody like foreign asking you about your model. How did you do this? Or how are you doing this? So each day is kind of like a new thing. But of course, on some days you're like, oh my God.
That's wonderful. That means you have a lot of insights on not just the MSMEs, but also just the informal sector. It's budding, yes, but there's also quite a lot that you can learn to also advise on policy, advise to the policy makers in this case, and it's brilliant. So do you interface with them? What kind of conversations are you having with them?
First, like of course with the standards body, we are always telling them, first of all, to be part of our trainings, because when they come, it saves you a lot, you as an implementer. When they hear from authority that this is what is happening, so kind of like befriending them, bringing them closer, because there's a huge divide. Ugandan policymakers and the people they lead or represent, but now we're like,
what do you mean?
The space is big, or we don't understand each other. So like, we have this training, we are inviting so and so, please come. That has made a huge difference. Events when they call us, like the expo that we had, we brought so many MSMEs in the nutrition space. And they were like, wow, all the people are doing amazing things and everything. People have never seen certain things. There's manya toke flour. You can eat chapati from beans. That I can assure you, chapati from bean flour. Even myself, who is always on the ground, I'm like, yes, I have agreed.
Oh, that's amazing.
They are innovative.
Because with all the diseases and all the new conditions coming up from nutrition deficiencies or just the lack of, it's amazing that people are solutioning around that.
You'll be so amazed. The fish, people are making fish sausages, fish oil, peanut with fish.
So we're not lacking the ideas, the creativity.
But we want that to come out. I want you to just go and not know like, this is maybe just from a woman entrepreneur. I want you to find it, buy it, because first of all, it is what you're looking for and everything, and it's safe, nutritious. So then these innovations really have to come out. I think for us, that's our biggest pain. We are not seeing that a lot.
Yeah.
We want them to be up
Yeah.
there.
How do we get them up there, in your opinion?
It has to be very intentional from the ground up, say from government. For example, we have district has local government. Local government has commercial officers, production officers, even just people in their local environment, like support coming from there. The extension workers going to see what is happening, even if they are coffee producers, pineapples and everything. Do they have the proper fertilizer? Are they organic? Because these structures are there, but these people are nowhere to be seen.
That is true.
Yeah. So it has to be intentional. Where government is there, they pay these people. But when you go to the entrepreneurs, because we always stress like traceability, value chains and all that, where are these people? We are not seeing them. But when they have a function, say like, oh, so-and-so is visiting that district, the way they look for women entrepreneurs come and showcase.
Yes.
But you're not supporting whatever you want them to showcase. Yeah.
I really feel like this is also in the sports sector.
Arts.
Athletes, all those sports people that get us medals. That's the time Uganda is cheering everyone on and we're all in one community. But where were you before?
When they were practicing, when they didn't have shoes.
They didn't have shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I really like.
I'm loving this conversation because it's really front and center of a middle class economy, because with an empowered co-citizens, if our entrepreneurs are getting this knowledge, then they're able to innovate quickly without being stifled. Yeah? So I now have the very last question we ask every guest on this conversation. Are you ready?
Yes.
So we ask every guest on this podcast, what are the 3 things that we need to continue doing because we're doing it well, it will help us achieve a thriving middle class economy? Then what are the 3 things we need to stop doing right now because they won't take us anywhere and they're killing our economy?
I think I would give props to infrastructure. It is getting there.
What infrastructure?
Roads, internet penetration, electricity. In my own view, with what I've seen, I think we are getting there.
You saw the drone show, it had the electric bus. Yeah.
Then secondly, it is the hubs. So government has also intentionally gone on to put hubs. We have hubs in Namamve, kind of like regional, and also the research centers like URI has now maybe Northern Uganda, Eastern Uganda, and all that, because we need them on the ground, not only in Kampala. Then the last one that we are doing so well, harnessing the creative space, because it also goes back to entrepreneurship. I was happy that the youth went to have a conversation with the president. Not necessarily what I would have planned as myself, but at least those doors have been opened. So if we can harness that, creativity overflows in all other sectors. That I'm happy.
Okay. So what are those things we need to stop doing because they're killing the ideas, they're killing the creativity, the innovation in this country, and it won't take us anywhere?
We really need to stop the theoretical kind of training or education. It's killing us. Somebody graduates from campus, they can hardly do anything, that you have to start from zero to train a fresh graduate. That needs to stop. 2, the misalignment of our policies and then the bodies not working together. That really, really needs to stop. And then, of course, this has to deal with young people. We need to stop thinking that we have any other option other than the youth. So we need to stop blocking the youth from being in our spaces, because this is the future and we can't run away from it. If we do not include the youth, we are doomed. Like
it's
very
the
doomed.
Workforce that's coming into our
Thank you. Like you have to listen to a 19-year-old. We need to stop that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for loving Uganda, because the patriot also loves it just as much and wants to contribute to the economy. But your effort to actually go out, mentor people, train the youth, the women, the most marginalized in community is truly honorable. And for you to create a community to empower them will go a long way in helping us achieve a middle class economy.
Thank you for having me.
Now, if anyone wanted to follow up on something you said here, where do we find you?
Anyone wanted to follow up on here, we are online. Yeah, we are Community Women's Enterprise Network. You can log on to our website. It's www.cwen.or.ug. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, TikTok, and then you can also call us, call our hotline. It's 0312555595. We are located in Tinda, and we also have a factory in Bombo.
Wonderful. I love that you're East African at heart.
This is my life. This is my, I'm very African.
Yeah.
But also I'm known for this person. So let me tell you, I always tell my Kenyan friends, I don't buy their products. I come to benchmark. So they're like, but Hadijah is so competitive. I said, yes. Why am I giving you my money?
Yeah.
You buy raw materials from Uganda, take them to Kenya, process them.
And people.
No,
that's what we were told.
But they are beating us at our game. If you walked into, for example, Food Plus in Kenya, they buy stuff from the way they are adding value to cassava. If you see the way they package their cassava flour, you're like, why are we doing this here?
But you already said we're making bean flour.
Bean, everything. I'm just like, you people, you can't take our materials and then sell them to us. Shea butter, they get from here, package and sell 3 times the price that you are selling maybe 250 grams. Bro. So I always tell people here, we really need to up our game first on packaging, branding, and how we are presenting our products, because mainly that is where people are beating us from. And also Uganda has some uniqueness. So for example, we have a huge dairy sector. So people are making like body butter from ghee and everything. So most Kenyans now don't have that. They're like, okay, so you can make ghee. What? I'm like, you see, now we are also beating you there. So that's what I'm saying. Our innovations really need to come out. And then someone says you can only get this uniquely from Uganda.
Wow. What a way to end. I will not add anything.
Thank you.